the legislative view. And the legislative framework you can't really argue with because it's been put together through representational mechanisms of parliaments and congressional, parliamentary movements, and they've voted on this stuff. Committees have been formed, and we're banning all advancement into computers. I mean, that's basically what it is. They're saying we're against artificial intelligence, but what they're really saying is we're banning computing. We're banning mathematics. That's actually what they're saying. We're banning data science because of one shonky operator. It can go bad in one situation, so we won't blame the shonky operator. We'll blame the object, not the subject. It's like suing a car factory for a hit and run and letting the driver go off the hook. And then you have all these talking heads in Europe. Oh well, we can't have data science, and which is artificial intelligence. We can't have it because it's bad. It's going to take over the world. It's the beast of Revelation. It's biblical times. They're on the soapbox in Europe right now, saying that computer science and computers in mathematics, they're talking in double talk. It's sort of like, how can I put it? It's when you're lying. It's like this human condition of lying. It's the human condition. The human condition will use different words to say things to get what they want. You see? People lie to get what they want. And so, essentially, so they're on the soapbox and they're saying, well, it's legal. Well, what's legal isn't lawful. What's legal isn't lawful. Just because you can get away with something through the law doesn't mean you should actually do it. It's the same old. So at the end of the day, you've got to motivate people through a structure called the corporate entity. It's a legal concept. So through that structure, we get things done. For example, the energy company that keeps the lights on, right? The security company that keeps us safe, right? The companies that provide textbooks so our children can learn. The companies that sell us clothes so it keeps us warm in winter. See, companies are used. So it's sort of like there's everyday business of our legal structures, but at the same time, there's a handful of radicalistic liars that are trying to stop what the community has set up. The community has set up companies to provide services and products for us. Unfortunately, there's a soapbox of people that are using the certain deception to stop everyday business. You think, I want Quora and I want Reddit, but I want it through my voice assistant, and I want to store all my data on my computer, and I want to use my Alexa to send me 20 pictures of 20 secondhand leather jackets to my phone, and I want to know if there's any clearance sales in my town. Alexa, Google Assistant, tell me the top 10 places in my town where there's a clearance, and send to my phone a list of 10 different listings of secondhand jackets to my phone. Do that now. Now, you think that's be cool. Oh, and Google Assistant, let's have a conversation about the Roman Empire. Now, you wouldn't think someone would stand up in front of you and say no. You wouldn't think someone would get on a soapbox and say, for the interest of the public goodwill, for the interest of the community, no. And put their hand out in front of your face and say, you can't ask Google Assistant, you can't ask Alexa, you can't ask Siri, you can't ask Cortana to send you a list of secondhand jackets, or to send you a list of a clearance sales and garage sales in your town. You wouldn't think someone would get on a soapbox, draped in ethics, draped in representation, in a good suit, and say that, put their hand in front of your face and say, no, you can't have basic technology. In fact, we're going to say that computing and mathematics is against the law, but we'll just say artificial intelligence. But we'll never define artificial intelligence. It's actually a fake word. It's called compile logical math. That's what our AI is. It's a data set. It's a database. It's a massive information that a query can access and relate back to you based on rules. They'll say it's artificial intelligence. Well, it's like a library of books. So if you've bought, back in the 90s, in the 2000s, people used to have books. They used to have bookcases, and they would have lots of books. Now, if I bought 1,000 books, because I used to have many books, and is having a bookcase, is that artificial intelligence? Because I can remember and go back and pull books up and photocopy things and provide copies. Is that artificial intelligence, me owning books? No, it's not, is it? It's just a fluffy word. So who would stand up and say, I don't want you possessing books. I don't want you possessing English literature. I don't want you talking to Siri about English literature, about the Roman Empire. I don't want you looking for secondhand jackets and clearance sales through Siri. I don't want you to do that, and I'm standing on a soapbox, and I'm putting my hand in your face, my open palm in your face, and saying, you can't ask for that. You'd be surprised and put off guard and taken back to think there's a large amount of people in Europe that think that's great, to tell you no. I mean, there's a pretty, let that sink in. And there's a lot of them. And they've made it the law over there. They've made it the law. Here's the thing. Not every society is the same. Asia is different from Australasia. Pacific is different from Asia. The East is different from the West. South Africa is different from North Africa. The East Africa is different from West Africa. In North Europe's different from Southern Europe. And Southern Europe's different from North America. And North America is different from South America. South America is different from... Some places want the services and products to pick up. Some places want access to things like Siri, provide to me the clearance sales and garage sales of items in clothing in a large size, tops that are large. Some people want that. I mean, you could literally ask for pants, secondhand pants, jeans. Is what there's just a barrage now. And it's just confusion. It's like every email, every social that I've looked up, is most people is confusion. Sort of thing. It's well, artificial intelligence. You can't know. You can't know. When really, the premise of the word that's constructed for you and rammed in your ears and down your throat to choke you and to make you keel over and perish isn't a real word. AI isn't a real word. There's realness in it, but in terms of what it relates to, and those people don't realize You've got Microsoft Word. You've got Microsoft Excel. You've got slides, right? Then you've got Microsoft Database.